Hey friends, welcome back to Fridays with Faye. This week I've been sitting with one of my favorite verses, Luke 5:5. Let's go ahead and open up our Bibles and see what it says. Master, Simon replied, "We've worked hard all night long and caught nothing. But if you say so, I'll let down the nets." I love this verse because it's such a picture of faith in action. Peter was a fisherman by trade. Fishing was his whole life, his livelihood, his routine, what he knew best. And here comes Jesus, a rabbi, a teacher, telling Peter how to fish. Not only how to fish, but to go out deeper and drop the nets again in the middle of the day, after he just cleaned his nets. Peter knew that wasn't how things worked. Fish could see the nets in daylight. Everything Jesus was asking him seemed wrong. But yet in a simple, quiet act of obedience, Peter said, "But if you say so, I will." And we all know what happens next. The nets were so full that they began to break. So they put the fish in the boats. He had his friends come. The boat started sinking from the weight of the catch. And my friends, that is the kind of blessing that comes when we trust and obey, even when it doesn't make sense. This verse hits home for me because I've lived those fishing all night seasons. Times when I've done everything I know to do only to come up empty and exhausted. Living with ATTRCM has been one of those seasons. I used to be so independent, always on the go, the one who would always be willing to help everyone else. But this disease has really forced me to slow down and to rely on God in ways that I have never imagined. There are days when my body says no before my mind even fully wakes up. Days when cooking a meal means I have to sit down and rest halfway through. Or when a short trip feels like climbing Mount Everest. And I'll be honest, sometimes, here lately, a lot of times, it really frustrates me. Because friends, this isn't the plan I had for my life. It doesn't make sense to me. But then I think about Peter and about how he probably felt that same frustration and confusion when Jesus asked him to do something that went against all logic. Yet he did it anyway. But if you say so. And that's exactly what God has been teaching me. Obedience isn't about understanding every detail, but it is about trusting the one who does. Every time I've chosen to trust him in the middle of the unknown, whether it's traveling when I'm not sure how my body will handle it, saying yes to sharing my story, or just getting up and doing what I can for that day, he has always met me there. He's provided the strength, the peace, and sometimes even the unexpected blessings that remind me he's still in control. Friend, maybe right now you've been fishing all night too. Maybe you're tired of trying and seeing no results. But I want to encourage you. If Jesus is asking you to go deeper, friends, drop your net again. Even when it doesn't make sense. Even when it feels like you've done all you can. Because on the other side of obedience, there's abundance, peace, provision, and purpose that you couldn't have imagined. You don't have to know the next 10 steps. Just take the first one. Trust that if he's calling you out into the deep, he already knows what's waiting there. Let's be like Peter this week and say, "Lord, but if you say so, I will." See you next Friday, friends. Keep casting your nets and keep trusting that Jesus knows exactly where your blessing is waiting.